What NBA stars really think of LaMelo Ball? LaMelo Ball has captivated the NBA with his spectacular highlight reel passes and incredible scoring skills. LaMelo LaFrance Ball, popularly known as Melo, is an American professional basketball player who now plays as a point guard for the National Basketball Association's Charlotte Hornets. He and his siblings rose to national prominence as members of the Chino Hills basketball team. LaMelo was thrown into the spotlight at a young age as a result of his father's absurd allegations and the publicity that accompanied him. Fame at such a young age can be detrimental to an athlete's mental health, yet LaMelo handled it gracefully. For the second year in a row, he has been named NBA Rookie of the Year. People have a lot to say about him, given his tremendous impact on the game. So, let's see what NBA players really think of LaMelo Ball. Trae Young. Atlanta Hawks guard Trae Young said, "LaMelo is doing stuff that I expected him to do. He's a tall point guard who can pass, he obviously can rebound, he's just a smart player, things are going to become a lot more easy for him." Trae Young was on court with Ball the night he set his rookie record, and like everyone else, he was blown away by what Ball had accomplished in such a short period of time. It's easy to dismiss Ball because he's only 20 years old and has a long way to go in his NBA career. However, Young has previously expressed his approval of Ball's performances. Not only that, but he is a tremendous fan of LaMelo's pass. It's also good to have teammates from other teams that cheer you on after the game. Anthony Edwards. At the age of 20, Ball has become a popular enough player that basketball fans and players alike, including Timberwolves guard Anthony Edwards, are aware with his game. Edwards has mentioned that he's definitely a fan of LaMelo's game and the way he carries himself on the court. Edwards has also mentioned that he has watched LaMelo play during the draft process too, and that LaMelo's ability, size, and the way he reads defenses is absolutely incredible. Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier, a Charlotte Hornets teammate, remarked about LaMelo, "I've never seen really a rookie as happy as him." Despite the fact that the two had to contend for the same starting point guard position on the Hornets roster at times, Terry was more than willing to heap admiration on LaMelo. Anyone who has seen LaMelo play basketball knows that he has a contagious intensity that makes the game incredibly entertaining to watch. When he's on the court, the Hornets basketball is some of the most exciting in the league because he always has a smile on his face and a tendency for flair and eye-catching players. When queried about LaMelo, the guard confirmed this. He said he lights up a locker room. "I think that's the highlight for me to seeing him grow as the days goes on. I think he's just happy, but it's contagious when you see guys that it's just great. It's a rare skill to be able to affect a locker room with good energy, while still being so new to the league to handle all the hardships, tribulations, worries, and surprises that come with joining the NBA, and his stride so effortlessly is a credit to LaMelo's character and demeanor. He obviously has physical skill and ability, but the positive impact he looks to be having on his teammates is evidence that he has the potential to be a genuinely great player and carry his club with him." Moreover, according to Terry, LaMelo is special and a star in the making. He thinks Ball has a great deal of potential, and if he uses it correctly, he can easily become one of the most popular players in NBA. And besides that, Terry also mentioned that he thinks Ball deserves everything that's coming his way, because he worked so hard for it. Ball's three-point shooting has seen significant development. In his rookie season, he shot sub 30% from deep in 20 games in December and January, but improved to 41% on 6.6 attempts per game in February. So, he definitely improves with time, and his free throw percentage increased from 76 to 86, putting him on pace to become one of the most successful young NBA stars of tomorrow. And it's easy to see why many of his squad admires him for the effort that he does. Luka Doncic. After beginning his professional career at the age of 16 with Real Madrid, Dallas Mavericks player Luka Doncic understands what it's like to confront your naysayers. After dominating the competition in the EuroLeague, detractors claimed he was slow, overrated and overrated. Since being selected 3rd overall in the 2018 draft, Lucas has reminded fans that international popularity can transfer to big-time success in the NBA. In his initial year, the 21-year-old sensation won Rookie of the Year and All-Rookie First Team accolades before lighting up the league again in 2020, earning an All-Star appearance, All-NBA First Team honors, and a reputation as one of the game's brightest emerging talents. So far, his career in Dallas has debunked traditional assumptions about European players and elevated the Mavericks to Western Conference challenger status. However, it appears that another former Eurobasketballer is on his way to the NBA. LaMelo turned on a masterclass against the Lucas Mavericks in the Hornets' blowout victory. When asked about the 19-year-old phenomenon after the game, Luka had to say this to say about him. "I mean, he's great, he had a great game today, too. They keep giving me more and more chances to show himself, and I think he's going to be great in this league. My advice? I don't know, I think just enjoy the game. You know, not everybody can play in the NBA. Just enjoy the game, and I know something that's going to be tough, like today for us, but you know, just keep going, have fun every game. Miles Bridges. Basketball veterans are clearly pleased with LaMelo's performance on the court, but it's also interesting to see what individuals his age think should be added to that list. Miles Bridges, LaMelo's teammate, is very open about his support for the young athlete and frequently tweets about him on social media. Bridges tweeted his support for Melo and complimented him on his success when he got his first triple-double. It's always wonderful to have a supporting staff who cares about you and hypes you up without being swayed by jealousy or ambition. Also, when Ball and Bridges are on court together, LaMelo almost always throws a few alley-hoops. And the two young stars have earned the nickname Airbnb, so it's evident that Bridges and Ball are good buddies both on and off the floor. PJ Washington. PJ Washington, a teammate, said about LaMelo, "He's a lot taller than what I expected. He passed the ball at a really high level. I'm excited to play with him. He's young, but I feel he's ready." After Miles Bridges expressed his thoughts on LaMelo's performance and the new record he established, other team players followed suit, including PJ Washington, who also resorted to Twitter to applaud Ball and disclose what he actually thought of his performance. PJ believes that LaMelo is an outstanding player and a valuable member of the team. He also admires LaMelo's skills and the way he handles issues on the court. Lonzo Ball. Of course, we had to include Melo's brother, Lonzo's comments on Melo's performance. I think we always talk about playing on the same team, honestly, so we've always played together. This is kind of the first time that we mashed up on opposite sides, but I know it's going to be a lot of fun. We've had a lot of battles in the backyard, obviously. Everyone knows that LaMelo is the youngest of three Ball brothers, all of which are hoopers, so the youngster definitely comes from a sporting family, which most likely pushed him to choose the route that he's on now. It's always wonderful to have some inspiration and encouragement from family, but LaMelo's brother Lonzo, who plays for the Chicago Bulls, has strong feelings about his brother and the way he plays. Despite the fact that he admires his brother for being a top player and working hard, Lonzo has remarked that he understands LaMelo's game from the ground up. Lonzo also stated that if he ever played against each other, he would most likely give his younger brother a run for his money. Of course, such conversation is to be expected between any brothers who are competitive. However, LaMelo should not be underestimated because he's expected to be a productive offensive player, and while his brother Lonzo has been known for his perimeter defensive beating, LaMelo on the court will not be as simple to beat. If he stays on this current path, LaMelo might become an all-star and one of the league's finest point guards. He seemed to have adapted to the league like a duck to water, seemingly undisturbed by the factors that often wreck the careers of young players who reach success too soon. While much remains unknown about LaMelo's future and how high his potential is, LaMelo seemed content to ignore the constant scrutiny and focus on the joy he derives from playing basketball. If he can keep it up, the young star has a chance to make him a name for himself in the NBA. So do you believe LaMelo is an NBA prodigy or just an average talent with a long way to go?